Hi, welcome back to another video. Quick little recap before we get into what we're up to today. We are a family of 5 living in Australia, in South Australia to be exact, and we are on a major debt payoff journey this year in 2022. So if you haven't seen already, go back and have a look at our debt confession video. We started this year with just under $25,000 worth of debt, and we have already managed to pay off a huge chunk of that by using the budget by paycheck method by the budget mum. So I've got a little helper here with me today, my little baby. He's got a bit of a sniffly nose, he's a bit miserable, and we have sort of all been sick these past, I think it's been 2 weeks, so I feel like I haven't been on here in forever. So I thought I would jump on. I've finished work for today. I work from home 2 days a week, 3 days a week. Oh gosh, I can't even think. But I finished for today and I thought I'd jump on and we'd go through April together. So you can see as well, and sorry about the lighting, it's really, you know, the wintry weather has set in here, and it's a cloudy sort of day, but the sun's coming through, and so there's this big beam of sunlight coming across. So our first week of April, you can see like we were tracking really well. Second week, and then you can see where we started to get sick. So I had highlighted out and I never got to filling it out, and I only entered these in just before. So the good thing about having the budget is that I was able to not look at it for basically 2 weeks and nothing fell off the rails. You know, everything continued to track along nicely. Now with our work, we both get paid fortnightly or bi-weekly if you're not in Australia, and we actually work at the same business, myself and my partner, so we both get paid on the same day. He's in sales, so he gets like a base wage and then commissions on top of that, and I'm in administration, and actually my pay structure has changed. I received a pay rise late last month, and also I'm also on a bonus structure now as well, so that's why you will see the income fluctuates. We finished up our April month on the 3rd of May, and let's jump over now and have a look at the more interesting things, because you've seen all of the weekly bits and bobs before if you've been here before. Okay, so here you can see, I might just flip that over. Sorry, I've only got one arm with this little cherub here with me. I might just zoom in a bit and try not to forget that we're zoomed in. Okay. So this is the only debt that we have now. It's a vehicle finance loan, and you can see there's not much left on it at all. You'll know that we were toying up potentially getting a loan with our bank to get it away from this old finance that it was with, because we have to pay a fee anytime we want to make an extra payment to it. I'm just not into that. But I think we've decided we're just going to stick it out, save up the money, the extra payments in another savings account, and then once we've got enough to pay it off, just pay it off then. So you'll see here our original starting debt when we had 2 car loans and 2 credit cards was just over $70,000. And that would have been in 2018 is when that would have been from. So you can see then, since 2018, you know, we've managed to pay off a lot of the debt. Just come back here if I can find my January one. So here you can see in January we had that $24,000. We just really were struggling to move the credit cards and those sort of things. We've since bitten the bullet. We had a little bit of money in savings. We knocked them off, got rid of them. We sold the other car. We work at a automotive dealership, so we actually traded in the other car for a newer, smaller, more economical car. So that was just like a straight swap, no money changed hands. We just paid out half of the loan that was left on it, and the dealership paid the rest, sort of thing. So now we've only got this one car loan, and you can see, adding together what the minimum payments for the month are and the extra payments that we managed to save, it should be under $10,000. But keep in mind, this 11,462, that's just a guess, as best that I've been able to work out. The finance documents, the interest is built in. So from the day, you know, you take out the loan, the interest is built into all those payments. So as you reduce the loan down, the interest isn't less that you're paying. So there's no benefit to pay it off sooner rather than later, because it's all just built in. You know, you're going to pay that interest back irregardless of the time frame. So our debt overall progress is down to 86%. So that is just amazing. And like I said, we were really stuck before doing this method. We just were not able to move that debt whatsoever, especially the credit card one. Like the car loans, that they naturally just, you know, fall away, but we were really struggling with the others. So let's have a look here at this. So for the month of April, we started off, we had a rollover of, let's see if I can get it to stop wobbling. Okay, so we had a rollover of 1,386. We earned, so like our wage income was 5,400. Other income, we have an investment property. So, and I think I got my last paid parental leave money come through from the government for being off on maternity leave. Baby's trying to get the stand that my phone's up on. So that's rent and the last of the payment that had come through from the government. We used nothing in savings this month, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. So we had a total monthly inflow of 9,261. So you can see here the breakdown. I haven't done the other bits because, as you'll know, I'm not really interested in knowing like the percentage of like what got spent where. Look, a little foot. I don't feel we have a spending problem. All of these, I know exactly why. I know why the fun is higher, because that's our fun and gifts. So we have a lot of birthday parties and that sort of stuff coming up, Mother's Day, and we had been out to do like a few family activities with the kids for school holidays. So that's why that one is higher. I'm happy to see that our savings and our debt are nice and high. Utilities, that includes our mortgage for our home that we live in and our investment property. So again, I'm not concerned with it being that high. If we come over here and have a look, that's our only debt, so there's no breakdown of that. And our sinking funds, not that, I guess they kind of are sinking funds, probably use them a little bit differently. Stop trying to get the bird. Oh dear. Our emergency fund, put $100 to that. Something I didn't track down on here, actually received a big payment from Centrelink, which I thought, oh gosh, I don't think this is right, but I had put in a claim and it got denied, and that's fine. And I think after I put that claim in and put a bit more like info in, I think they went digging deeper to see if we had a tax bill potentially. But because we get our tax done every year by an accountant, we know we don't, we tell the truth when we're doing our tax. So Centrelink, I think they went digging, looking for stuff because of the information I'd given them, applying to try and see if we were eligible for some other family assistance, pardon you, and ended up that they owed us money. So our emergency fund now is full because I put all of that money that I got into there, because when it originally came through, I thought it was an error and I didn't think it was for us. So I thought I'll put it away in there so that when they turn around and realise their mistake, I've got the money to take out. But so our emergency fund is at $1,000, it's full. So you won't see any more money going into there unless we have to spend money out of it. Don't reach for the phone. You're the big boy. School, we send our eldest child to a private school here in our town. It's the best option for us, but it does come obviously at a financial cost, but the financial cost, we're happy with that for what we feel, you know, can offer her for her education. So I'm saving up for next year's school fees, and they're quite substantial. You know, if you know anyone that goes to a private school, if you send your own children to private school, you'll know that, like, obviously it varies, but it's thousands of dollars. But we're happy with that, and we don't want our you know, our children to suffer with their opportunities, I suppose, in life due to, you know, our spending habits. Just see if that's, no, that's horrible, that sun coming through there. It's just really bright on that binder. Birthday got 200, and I think probably took out 120 to purchase birthday presents for our eldest child. It is her birthday coming up soon, and I saw some things at Kmart and I thought, I'm just going to buy them. I know that they might come out cheaper, but I've been caught out before where I didn't buy something that I had seen and then it wasn't in stock for her birthday and I wasn't able to get what I had wanted. So I bit the bullet and bought it. This is what I mean when I've said they're sinking funds, but not really, because I track what goes into them, not what comes out of them. So I'm not doing that right, but it's just what works for me, being a busy mum with 3 kiddies and working. I work 26 hours a week, so like it's just busy time, and I do that 26 hours over 4 days. Council rates, we knew that they're coming up sooner rather than later, so I wanted to start saving away for those, and we actually paid the remainder of then the year now, so we'll get the next bill in the next financial year and we can start afresh. So for the rest of this year it's fully paid up, so our next charge will be in September, so that's really nice to know that we don't have to worry about those for now. Registration, this was on our new vehicle that we got, and it only came with 3 months registration. It was a used car. I want to pay for a year, so we just need to save up another like $140 and we'll have enough to pay that off for the year, and it's just another bill then that's gone and we don't have to think about. Then let's just flick this over here. Let me have a look where we're at. I'm so sorry about the light. So you'll see here the monthly inflow change. Last month it was very high. I think it was about $15,000 because we used a massive chunk of savings to pay that debt down. This time it was just like an organic, natural, our wages, our rental income, and like whatever family assistance that we get from Centrelink. So you can see here, most things are very similar. Some things have changed. Food, we know that's going up. Everyone can see that everywhere. You're probably feeling it yourself in your own pocket. It's just, that's what's going to happen. Car was higher. We needed some new tires for one of the cars, so that was just a extra, I think $333 was for some tires. Medical, sorry, just have to let this silly bird, I've covered him up. I thought that might have helped with the sun coming through, and now he's like, I can hear you, but I can't see you. Medical was a little bit lower, so even though we were all sick, it was not something to go to the doctors for. It was just a like tummy bug sort of situation. So the previous month we'd had 2 of the kids had been pretty sick, so we'd been to the doctors, and then doctor's bills and chemist, pharmacy. So I think the medical this month was only our hospital cover. Then we've got the kids, that was a little bit higher. We had the bill come around for our eldest who does dance. No one else is old enough, so she's not there's no favoritism, they just simply aren't old enough to do it. So we had to pay for her dance, and then we had school holiday care as well that we had to pay for. Home maintenance, you'll know that we never do anything to maintain around here. How long did it take me? If you're a previous, you know, viewer, you'll know that it took me about 2 months to buy those light globes for our kitchen. Utilities, so I think I said before, this includes our mortgage for our property and our rental, and then water, power, those general like things that you've got to pay to be able to live in the house. Personal, so we had some extra spending which you wouldn't have seen before, because again, like I don't count, you know, what we spend out of our sinking funds, but here you can see like clothes and beauty, which you'll know that we don't spend a lot on, but I needed some new like face wash and a few different things like that, and you know, it adds up quick when you're a woman. And then now that my partner's not in the trade industry, he's got to sort of keep himself looking good as well. And then clothing, we needed some winter clothes because I realized I didn't have any for the baby. Our older two are girls and he's a boy, and we were like, oh, the poor thing has not one jumper. So he needed some jumpers, and we use I believe they're like the Ergo pouch. It's like a sleeping bag that they wear, and he needed one of those because he's born at a different time of the year than the other two. So the ones that we have for them at this age are too thin. They're summer bags, and he needs a thick winter one, and that alone was like $80. But I don't mind paying it. We know it's good quality, and the kids, like our house gets quite cold at night, so I'd rather pay the money and know that he's warm and staying healthy. So that's why that's higher. And again, like, I'm not unhappy with that. It is what it is. Insurance, so that's a little bit less. You'll know that when we got that new car, I paid for the insurance for a year, and I'm planning on doing the next one now that we've got the council rates we've paid for, the rego will pay for. The next thing I'm going to do is start saving up to pay for some of our insurances for the year. So it will be our caravan insurance, pay that for a year, and then we'll look into the other car, paying that one out for the rest of its duration, and then rolling it over to a different one because we can get a better offer with a different provider. Again, like I said, fun was higher because we had holidays, so took the kids out to do some things. The debt payment, and you'll see that's the huge difference there, where we paid that $9,000 worth of towards debt last month, or sorry, in March, and in April we only did like our basic and a little bit more. I think it was only $690 extra on top of the minimum payments that we did, but every bit counts. And then the savings, it's funny that it went up exactly $1,000, like that wasn't planned, but I'm really glad to see that we are starting to chip away now some money into the savings account. So that's really good. I'm really happy with how we're tracking, and I'm looking forward to, oh, it's so hard, this book's really big when you've got one hand. I'm really looking forward to May, because I'm looking forward to it in a sense. It's a, oh hang on, my battery's dying. It's a 3-pay month for us. So you'll look at this and think, oh, the wage, like the wage one, that's my partner's, is a lot less. But it's because his commissions had to be divided over 3 pays this month. So that's why it's less. He had a really good month, and it was good. Where's your arm? There you are. And then mine as well with my commission that I now receive, my bonus, that's also now over 3 pays. So again, why mine looks a bit different. This is where I was wondering if I should account for the money that was spent on the council rates coming out, but I'm not sure yet because I haven't done it with anything else with our sinking funds where I've written them down and accounted for. I'm not sure. I've got to put a bit more thought into that before I do it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to May because the income's increased, so it's going to be good. but I have not, because again, being sick, and you'll know I usually pre-write out my whole month and sort of do a bit of a dummy, work it out. So you can see I've not done any of that, and I'm a bit like, it makes me anxious, but I know the income is higher this month, so it'll be fine. I'm gonna go now. I might put something else on the end of this video because I've got to go get our cash out today, but it's already gone for 20 minutes, so I might make that its own separate video and post that up later, maybe on the weekend or something. But this little person here has got a fistful of my hair shoved in his mouth, so I need to go detangle myself from him. Thank you so much for joining me while I ramble through my April. I'm sorry about the lighting, and sorry about if you've had heavy breathing from a snotty little boy that's here in my lap and you've been listening to that the whole time. You're cheeky. Alrighty, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with everything we've got going on. It's going to be an awesome year for us, and I really want you to come along on this ride. Bye.